On Tuesday, Senator Adams Oshiomhole, who represents Edo North District, expressed the view that the striking labor unions are not adequately considering the welfare of Nigerian workers. He contended that the nationwide strike initiated on Tuesday is based on flawed reasoning. According to him, the organized labor would be better served by a relying state to oversee the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding it endorsed with the federal government on October 2nd, 2023. I will publicly support an action against any government that think that we should lament away our hunger. Unfortunately, this strike is not about those issues. We have to be careful not to mix our political opinion with our responsibilities, because the issues confronting workers are so much that they should become the priority. Oshiomhole told the State House correspondent when he emerged from closed-door talks with the Vice President Kassim Shettima at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. On the night of October 2nd, the federal government agreed to meet various demands of the organized labor, including the disbursement of 35,000 naira as wage awards to all federal workers for the next 6 months. The agreement also encompassed the provision of compressed natural gas enabled vehicles and conversion kits to facilitate the nationwide commuting. However, on Monday night, the labor centers announced the initiation of a nationwide strike in protest against the assault on the NLC President Ajaero and some other Congress executives in Owerri, Imo State, on November 1st. The strike also aimed to address unresolved labor issues in Imo State. The union communicated with its affiliates such as the Academic Staff Union of University, the National Union of Electricity Employees, the Nigerian Union of Teachers, the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, and the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, among others, ahead of the planned nationwide strike scheduled to commence at midnight on November 14, 2023. However, Oshiomhole, a former chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress in 1999 to 2007, argued that the priorities of the labor movement were misplaced. The federal government had granted 35,000 naira wage award, and those discussions were supposed to be for and half of not only the federal government but all of workers in Nigeria, including those employed by local governments and state governments. Now, I would have wished that somebody in the NLC recognized that the hunger in the stomach of the federal employees is not only worse than that of the state or local government employees. If these are the issues on the table, even as a senator, I will publicly support action against any government that thinks that he would lament away our hunger. You have to be careful not to be seen as doing the bidding of a particular candidate or a particular party, he remarked. While kicking against violence against any individual, the former Edo State governor called on Labour to mobilize its members in all 36 states to ensure that the federal government fulfill its promises to ease the living conditions of Nigerians. He advised, let me be clear, I do not support the brutalization of any Nigerian, including the Labour leader, but I am saying in terms of what you might call the hierarchy of needs and challenge but we face. I think that NLC should robustly engage all the state governors or governments who are not implementing the agreement that was midwife custody of a national strike, not a federal government employee strike. So if you mobilize private sector workers, the state employees, the local government workers, and now there is an agreement on 35,000 naira across the board. I want to see NLC saying there will be no sleep in any state where this is not being implemented. Oshiomhole arrived at the State House accompanied by two former members of the National Working Committee of the All Progressive Congress. The entourage include a former National Vice Chairman, the North Central, Ahmed Wabai, and the former National Treasury, Adamu Fanda. He said they were at the villa to congratulate President Bola Tinubu, who is away in Saudi Arabia, through the vice president over the APC success in the Imo State and Kogi elections on November 11. So first, we have to congratulate him, and since the president is not here, though through him to the president for the victory we recorded in the elections in Imo and Kogi, he explained. The senator argued that the off-cycle elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states illustrate the significant influence wielded by the people. He described those in the country's capital who express opinions on the politics of regions they have never visited as vocal elements, emphasizing the evident power of the local populace in shaping electoral outcomes. He opined what has happened in Imo shows that urban cities cannot arrest this democracy. This forgotten majority of voiceless people have the power of the ballots. That is not what sponsored communicators says on television or sponsored writers write in papers that we inform their judgment. Their judgment will be informed or formed by what they have seen the governor doing and what the governor is doing that touches them. The worst mistake you can make is to rely on sampling people in Abuja whom we call Ward 17. They don't exist in the state. They are very vocal, okay? They are the ones you will find being hosted by TV hosts. But these voiceless people are potent. They are the one that votes. So guys, what's your take on what Oshiomhole have just said? I just want to pick out one or two things here. He's talking about the 35,000 naira the federal government said they will be giving to state and the federal government. Please, if I may ask, these state workers and the federal workers in Nigeria, they are not only Nigerians who are facing the problem here. And talking about that 35,000 naira in 6 months, you just done nothing. Because the real thing, the real problem, you have not solved it. After giving them 35,000 naira every month for 6 months, and the real problem is still there, you've done nothing. The government should hit on the real problem, which is the fuel subsidy removal. And Nigerians are still asking, since 7 months now, this fuel subsidy has been removed by President Bola Tinubu government. What have they done with the money? Nigerians want to know, what is the government doing with the money? You understand? All this and this and that. Oshiomhole is talking like this today because he's now a politician. He will not see, what people are saying. He's a politician. He's not a politician. And don't forget that he's now a senator in the same party. Well, Nigerians, what's your take on this? Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. If you are just joining us, do not forget to subscribe to this channel.